Are you ready, Monarch fans? It's time for the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder. Sponsored by Town Bank.
With a week off to rest up, the Old Dominion football team returns to action Saturday when the Monarchs host a very good team from North Texas. With only 3 games left in the season, what a statement it would be if the Monarchs could pull off yet another upset. What does Coach Bobby Wilder have up his sleeve this week? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. I'm Bruce Rader, and look who's here. Coach Bobby Wilder. He's got his sleeves on.
Got a win up there.
How good was it for your guys to have a week off, a bye week to rest up and get an opportunity to look ahead to North Texas?
Yeah, we needed it, Bruce. It was 85 straight days of football dating back to camp. This is the latest we've ever had a bye week. So with all the injuries that we had, to help guys get healthy, so they, from the day after the middle game, Bruce, 5 straight days without putting pads on and playing football. They were still in the training room. They were still lifting weights, doing that, but just not doing the football really helped us from a recovery standpoint.
The players had the week off from practice. The coaches did not. I assume there was a lot of traveling involved.
There was, Bruce, and a lot of credit to those guys. It's an exhausting thing to do, but that Sunday after the game, everybody was on a plane or in a vehicle. All 10 coaches were on the road and talking about junior colleges primarily all over the country, California, Kansas, Mississippi. We need immediate help on defense starting in January with spring practice to build for next year's team, and then a couple spots on offense, Bruce. But obviously we have to get better on defense, and we've got to recruit and develop better from that standpoint.
Coach, one of the great stories of the season has been the play of quarterback Blake LaRussa, one of the smallest starting quarterbacks in FBS, a walk-on out of high school. He led the Monarchs to your upset win over Virginia Tech, and he has put up some monster numbers this year.
He has, and the thing that I love about Blake is he's always been committed to the process. He's always worked to get better in everything he does, whether it's a person, student, or player. And right from when he stepped in, Bruce, in the Virginia Tech game, he made an impact on our team. And statistically, he's been one of the top 15 quarterbacks in the nation the last 6 weeks.
And he is our special guest this week on the Old Dominion Football Show. Blake, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Now, did you ever think when you were playing high school football at Bishop Sullivan Catholic that you would walk on at Old Dominion and end up being the guy that beat Virginia Tech?
You know, I'm a local guy, obviously, and I grew up watching Taylor Heineke. I'd been to a few games. I remember watching Thomas DeMarco and those guys. And so, you know, when I was in high school being recruited, I wasn't being recruited very heavily at all. And so ODU seemed like a long shot for me at the time. I was getting some interest from other schools, some you know, mid-major schools, but you know, when I went to a one-day camp and met Coach Whitcomb and I threw really well that day, you know, he offered me the walk-on spot, and you know, I was so excited to have that because it was my dream. You know, I wanted to play Division I. That was my goal. So I was just really thankful to, you know, have that opportunity.
All right, Coach, let's be honest. Yeah. What are the chances of a walk-on quarterback ending up being a starting quarterback?
Well, you've got 2 of them this weekend, Bruce. You've got Blake LaRussa, Old Dominion, and you've got Mason Fine from North Texas. These are 2 of the leading quarterbacks in the nation statistically, but they're both a little bit undersized from height. That's why they weren't heavily recruited. And what Blake has done, Bruce, is he's just continued to work to get better at everything he's done, and the reward now is the accomplishments we're seeing on the field.
So what does that say to some of these young players in high school right now that are watching this show who may not be offered a scholarship? There is a chance that they could walk on at a college and end up being a starter.
There is. Not everybody fits the mold, height, weight, speed, and the only thing that held him back was that part of it, the height part of it, because his numbers, whether it was high school, Bruce, or whether it was the summer camps, the 7-on-7 passing leagues, Blake did all those things that you needed to do. What held him back was the physical part of it, similar to Mason Fine from North Texas.
5'10", 185. What is it about this kid?
He's a winner. He competes to win everything he does. He got his opportunity, and he took advantage of his opportunity this year. And then also, Bruce, the guys have rallied around him, as Blake has said in every interview he's done. He always talks about the offensive line, the running backs, the receivers. Other guys have stepped up from the Virginia Tech game on to this time that he's playing.
Blake, what was it like going out after the Virginia Tech game had started. Take us through that.
I mean, it was an awesome experience, but you know, just leading up to the game, I know myself, along with, you know, the rest of the offensive guys, we were very excited about the opportunity, and we were very excited about our game plan going into that game. You know, like Coach was talking about, you know, we are very confident in our receivers, and you know, we think so highly of those two guys outside, and we got other guys obviously that complement them so well. But we knew that we were going to have those matchups outside, and that pretty much, you know, as the quarterback's job, you know, whoever was in, our job was just to throw the ball around, have fun, and let them go get it.
Can you even remember the fourth quarter and those final minutes?
Yeah, it was wild. All of it's kind of like a blur looking back on it. But it was, you know, Tech would score, we would go back out there, and, you know, guys would making plays, everybody's in it, and it was awesome. And then we would answer, they would go score, you know, we would answer, and it was a battle, and it was awesome.
And then you did the same thing against Western Kentucky. You went down to the wire.
Yeah, that was another crazy game. You know, we were down, I think we were down by a touchdown with a minute and a half left, and so Coach Wilder right there's on the sideline, and he comes over to me, and he's like, "This is why we play quarterback, right? Look at the spot you're in right now. You're down by a touchdown. You got to do it, like, you know." And so, you know, I agree, like, that's why we play quarterback. It's fun.
Well, it certainly has been fun to watch. Still to come, Coach and Blake will talk about Saturday's opponent, North Texas, and Sean Carter has plenty of big plays in his career, and the senior safety from Stafford tackles the 1-minute drill with Brian Parsons next.
And welcome back to the Old Dominion Football Show, the 1-minute drill. We are joined by senior safety Sean Carter from Stafford. Sean, time's almost up here at Old Dominion. What is life after football for Sean Carter, whenever that may be?
Probably somewhere coaching in probably this level or high school or higher, hopefully higher.
So you're looking to get into the coaching game, giving back to the game that you love so much.
Yeah, I love the game, you know. Every day I bring passion to the game, and this is what I do. This is who I am.
A senior, you've been around the block here. What's your biggest memory before this season as a Monarch?
My biggest memory is last year actually against Rice. You know, the offense go on the field, Stevie, a freshman quarterback, perfect drive, gets in the end zone. The defense has to get a stop and we win the game. And like after that, we're one game from going to 6 and getting a bowl game. And I get the game-winning pick, and you know, that was just getting that reception and going to the crowd, my teammates. That was just a great moment for me and the team.
Sean Carter with the game-sealing interception in that win over Rice. Sean Carter, you have passed the 1-minute drill. Say goodbye to the Monarch Navy.
Adios, Monarchs.
Coach Sean, a part of the biggest senior class in ODU history. And after 5 years, another walk-on that earned his way.
Yeah, just like Blake, he's come in and done a tremendous job for us. He's one of our all-time leading tacklers. And what Sean's done this year, Bruce, being very unselfish. We had injuries at linebacker. He had to move Bruce from the safety position to the linebacker position, which is not easy. You get in there with those 320-pound guys playing that position. He's done it. He's versatile. He can do a lot of different things for us. He's been a good football player at Old Dominion.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about North Texas next on the Old Dominion Football Show. Bruce Rader back with Coach Bobby Wilder and quarterback Blake LaRussa. North Texas 7-2, and they've got some big-time wins.
They do. Very good football team, Bruce. They went on the road at Arkansas to the Southeastern Conference and beat them by 4 touchdowns. This is a good team. They're 7-2 right now. They won the West last year, but a team we know if we play well, do the things we need to do in all 3 phases, we can have success in this game.
All right, Blake, you're the quarterback. You've looked at the film. What do you have to do to pull off another upset?
You know, North Texas, they got a good defense. You know, as their schedule says, you know, they're a good football team, and so, you know, I expect they're going to be moving guys around on us. I expect, you know, just like Middle Tennessee did, they're going to blitz some, but you know, we're going to stick to our game. We're going to study them, and you know, we're going to learn from what they do, but we're also going to stay true to who we are. And you know, we're gonna do that by getting our guys outside touches. We're gonna run the football well also. So you know, we feel good about it.
Blake, we're going to wrap things up. You're only a junior. How excited are you about playing in the new SB Ballard Stadium next year, a new chapter in Old Dominion football history?
Very excited. You know, that's something that, you know, during the season we're not really thinking so much about that, but you know, when you bring it up and when you do get a step back, you know, and think about that, that's awesome. And you know, that's something that we're all excited about. It's going to be really cool. And
Coach, I know you're excited. You've seen the plans.
Yeah, very much so. It's going to be one of the best stadiums in our league and really at our level of football when you look at it, Bruce. And most importantly, it's a reward for a very loyal fan base and what they have done in 10 years leading up to this new stadium.
They have. They've come out in droves regardless of the record. It's still a great football Saturday, a fun opportunity. Only 2 home games left. Old Dominion against North Texas, Saturday afternoon at 3:30. Remember, you can always watch the Old Dominion Football Show online. Go to wavy.com, click on sports. Good night, everybody.